Blessings, family. Sister Ajali. Don't let a housewife get you killed, all right? Um, do not overlook what I'm doing and what I'm sharing just because you may not have done that research. I am so grateful for those of you who have started to take me seriously, and those who take me seriously based on they may hear a certain earnest timbre in my wording, in my tonality. I am so grateful for you because I'm that type of person myself where I'm just going to listen to the consistency, to the passion, and I'm going to be able to discern there's something authentic going on there. But I'm even more grateful, even in what I do myself, when I hear someone giving me just scenario, details, data that is extraordinarily beyond the realm of anything I've ever considered. I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to take their word for it, especially when they just stay consistent. I mean, I've been going on for over a decade, and each year I don't slow down, I speed up, I intensify. Everything that I'm sharing, all my research, I intensify it. And so much so that I've even written books, something I wasn't planning on doing until I ran into Fukushima. And then I was just like, God dang, our people are massive sitting ducks. And a housewife is going to get you all killed because you think I'm just a housewife. Right? Now, what got me on this is many different things, but let me go through this brother. I'm not mad at this brother, even though I was the one who removed your comment, because what we're dealing with is genocide. And I am not going to think of genocide in the same way as I think debate about, who killed JFK. That has absolutely nothing to do with, well, it does have stuff to do with us and the rulership of these evil folks. But overall, none of us are going to be going back in the past to get in that car and roll through Dealey Square. All right. So genocide is a whole different thing. And so the brother, he said a comment that was actually quite sympathetic and compassionate. I wasn't mad at him. It's just that it was deflecting and minimizing. And I know he may not have meant it that way at all. But it's a dangerous comment because it makes it seem, well, I'll read what my response was, which was obviously a little long, but there you go. I'm long-winded. Otherwise, I couldn't write books, okay? So he said, when this body can't go on anymore through sickness and pain, death will come and be a comforter. May she rest in peace. He said something that's very true. Unfortunately, it's in regards to genocide. So I responded, peace, beloved. I appreciate your comment, but would you have thought the natives being given smallpox-infested blankets was nature taking its course or genocide? You have no idea, dear heart, that radiation wipes out everybody, especially the children. You're okay with that? Are the bodies of 5-year-olds meant to be tired of sickness and death, or are we, the caregivers, demanded by all things sane? Are we supposed to excuse our lack of knowledge about the details of radiation, or are we supposed to defend them? 63 is old age only in hell, beloved. Peace and blessings. I meant that kindly, but when you're, going against what someone is saying, the nuance is lost in a written statement, and there's no facial expressions to go along so people could see. I really did appreciate this brother's comment. I just didn't appreciate it on the platform it's on, which is genocidal YouTube, which hides responses, hides your comments, deletes your comments. It's just crazy. Brother Yapo has mentioned to me that on his channel, which just stayed at the same level of subscribers for like years and years, that he would do a share and it would have maybe one comment or something of that sort. So I ask you, like, comment, and subscribe. Listen to the whole video, donate, or buy my books, which are amazing. And I'm not even just saying that to be speaking out the smoke coming from my ears. I am saying that because others have verified that in their reviews. Though, go purchase the books on 25,000 year cycle. Now, all of that said, you know, what these people do to minimize the reach of my warning, I've come to peace with, because Allah is going to do what Allah needs to do. And I'm not going to question that. I know there are so many of us who are still beguiled by Satan to the point where if they hear a sister like me, they're not even going to do the research. They're going to make a broad-based conclusion that this housewife is out of her mind. And that's going to get them killed, okay? And because that's the way radiation is. I will, let me just share with you my book list, which is expanded. So let me pause this and type in all the new books that I've gotten. I'm going to scroll through it and you can pause it because I'll go slowly. And my apology, for some reason, the beginning, the first edition of the book list has gotten a little out of focus. And these are the books that I've collected. When it comes up clearer, these are the new books that I've gotten. Not all of these books do I recommend, but I'm building up a library that is available eventually to everyone, because in the Black community, in any community, these are vital publications for understanding what these devils have done to our planet. No way have I read all of these books. I've read a respectable portion, enough that I know exactly what I'm talking about. But they're dependent on no one ever finding out this information so that they can be as clueless as the people I found in the comment section. And I'm not mad at people for your ignorance. I've been ignorant most of my life. And there are people out there amazingly would find my age kind of up there, even though, you know, I'll be 60 in about half a year. To me, feels real young. Feels great. I ain't in the mood for dropping dead at 60, okay? Now, the comment specifically that I found very, very telling was this one where, and I'm not mad at Wynn Matthews. I don't know a daggone thing about Wynn Matthews, okay? But Wynn Matthews said, who else never heard of myocarditis until the rolled out? I'm not saying anything about that specifically at all. I'd have to do that on a forum that doesn't engage in authoritarian, totalitarian censorship. But I will show you that I heard of myocarditis. Same condition, and they just changed the language. Dr. Yuri Bandashevsky developed the term cesium cardiomyopathy. That's where the radiation lodges in your heart muscle and proceeds to turn it into mush, which can result in sudden, instantaneous, spontaneous death. And don't let me forget, like I forgot to thank Sister Yafa Yisrael for giving me the news, the unfortunate news that Irene Cara had passed. But my sincere thank you to Sister Celestia Danes, who's doing that research. And that's a mighty thing. And she shared this and another article with me that this gentleman, Tian Kullander, co-founder of crypto firm Amber, dies at 30. And I do believe that he was an Indian gentleman. And it's one of those things where he just was there 1 second and he was gone the next. And so this is something where the title is More People Suffering Sudden Cardiac Arrest. And I keep repeating, there's very little difference organically between our human bodies and all the creatures dying, primarily originating on the West Coast. All of these different diseases that have been going on, they only escalated, suddenly popped up like flaccid myelitis, which was affecting the children, which radiation does primarily. Okay, that happened right after Fukushima, and it started in California. I have shares showing the articles. Okay, and so all these different things, I never want to be able to post a meme where rather than these sea lions, it's you and me laid out like this in these kind of numbers. If we do not understand that intelligence is not created by Harvard or Yale, right? It's created by the Most High, and the Most High didn't go to any white-controlled learning institution, right? But he created your very lungs, so there you go. So here's another brother. And these are the ones who they will put in these obituary columns because they have achieved a certain amount of recognizability that for them demands that they pay attention. For me, no. You demand that I pay attention so that I'm not perceived as just someone you can ignore and do no research whatsoever. I gave you the book list. You can buy those books yourself. Ask me if you, Sister Julie, is this one of the ones you think is wonderful? Because some of them I've read and I said, oh, this is a piece of crap here. But the overwhelming majority of those books, those are phenomenal. You can't just go up to Amazon or Barnes & Noble and type in Fukushima and you're going to get anything that tells you the truth. And so I'm giving you the means to educate yourself. These books aren't written by conspiracy theorists. I love you. But as soon as I hear somebody be embarrassed about anyone accusing you of being a conspiracy theorist, I just feel like you need to shore up your resolution to protect the truth. And if you don't want to read all those books, get this one. This one will help you take down the foggy glasses that won't let you see I'm far more than a housewife. Okay? So, Brother Don Newkirk, because I'm perceived as just a housewife, it got him killed, right? Because he dead at 56. At the very least, his brother should have known. He should have known what in his food was more radioactive than something else that he could have also been eating and enjoying thoroughly. What could he have been eating that would have neutralized and removed the radiation from his body so he could just keep on going, not just struggling, but thriving? Okay? What? He'll never know. And it's not just happening to us. That's the thing. I know they're targeting Black us with that radiation because they always do. That's the history of it. But it's happening to all races of people all over the world. They deserve to know the truth too. I know they can't stand us, so I don't come trying to talk to them. I'm just saying, I ain't mad at them if they find out about what I'm sharing, because none of theirs are, right? And if that somehow makes them grateful, which they should be, which they never will be, right? They'd rather destroy the whole freaking planet than see us be sovereign over our own destiny. Right? But if it were to snap them out of it, well, then that's a sane thing for them to achieve. So again, my rest in peace to Irene Cara, and my sincere ashe and condolences to Brother Don Newkirk. This is something we can stop. And if we don't deserve what's coming, we gotta stop. I love you. Peace and blessings, straight black family.